Aspen. Hey. Hey guys, it's been a minute. Did you miss me? Aspen, it's okay, babe. Oh, there is, maybe that's too high. Here. There's a coyote far away, but she can hear it. I can hear it. And she wants to make sure it stays away. So, it's been a little while since I've done one of these. I had several people message or comment on some past videos and ask if we were okay. Yes, we are okay. We're more than okay. So thank you so much for your concern and reaching out. This is my reply. So I wanted to do a little explanation. We'll have more videos coming out. Probably just once a week. That's kind of what I'm going to aim for, with the understanding that I might not be able to do that every week, but I'm certainly going to make the effort. Few reasons there haven't been videos is, the first one is I started working more. When COVID started, I was reduced from my regular schedule, and my other business pretty much canceled, had to cancel. So I had a lot of free time, and homesteading was kind of a necessity for my mind, I guess. Getting into it, doing the videos, sharing, becoming part of the community came at a time when I really needed something like that. I have a lot of my self-worth is attached a lot to my ability to make income and to work. So during those weeks and months, and eventually a whole year where I wasn't working full-time, or even more than full-time, it was something, an outlet. It made me feel productive, so it was very important to me. Also, it filled something in the void that was there when it came to being productive and making an income that I wasn't making full-time anymore. I am not a person, I would say, would ever have to deal with some of the things that I've had to, just on a personal, emotional level. When I wasn't working full-time, I dealt with what I would call panic attacks. I would just wake up in the middle of the night sweating, heart racing, thinking that the world was going to end. So I really needed something to focus myself on and to improve on, and that was our property. And to be honest, our home and land really needed that attention. So it was a blessing and it was a struggle at the same time. But my job came back full-time, and then they reduced our hours again. So I decided, instead of waiting around, that I would go ahead and find another job. So I did, and about 10 days into that second job, when I was doing both part-time, my job came back full-time. Not just full-time, but overtime, because we need people available to do the job. So I have been working a full-time job, a part-time job, and the overtime that's available. So I feel much better and more stable and happy being that busy and doing that much. And yes, it does take time from progress here, but it's also happened at a time when it's summer, and I'm not going to say I hate summer, but if you experience summer in the southeast, you know it's hot and humid. None of us wants to be in the woods with bugs and heat and humidity. I mean, you just go out and it doesn't even have to be hot. doesn't have to be sunny, and you just start sweating. Well, at least I do. Heavy sweater. So just kind of been maintaining everything. Not much progress aside from we do still, of course, move the pigs and we move the goats. We haven't been breeding the bunnies because it's been very hot. But now that it's cooling down, we're going to go back into making progress. We're going to work on cleaning up these areas that are forested close to the home to make them more accessible and healthier and more usable for our needs. We have baby goats coming this fall and next spring, hopefully. I haven't put those does in with the bucks yet, but I will be. And we're going to start breeding bunnies. We're going to be processing our pigs for the very first time. And yeah, we're just getting back into project mode. So I thought it was a very good time to explain the absence and to come back into things when we're going to have something to share. So anyway, I'm going to take you on a quick walk around and catch you up. All right, let's go. Okay, so where I was sitting and where I'm walking now is actually the first spot we brought the goats when we moved them away from their home paddock. It was super overgrown. It was all filled in with saplings and brush, and they cleared it out. We have since brought them back a second time, and they have moved just directly adjacent to where they were. They've moved around all the way back, not all the way to the very back of the property, but pretty far back. So the girls are over here. The fence isn't on right now. There's Aspen. As you can see, she's grown up and she knows her job really well. She's such a good girl. So the does that we're expecting to have kids are Dottie right here, this little brown and white one. Sookie, hey Sook, our Nubian. Hey, you liking your minerals? There we go. Sookie, who was put in with a Nigerian dwarf buck. We have, of course, Pumpkin back there. Cricket is right here. And Heidi. So I'm pretty convinced that Cricket, Pumpkin, Dottie, most likely Sookie, and I'm not sure about Heidi if she took, which is fine since we're going to be putting the younger does in with a buck in a few weeks. If she didn't take, I'll just put her in there. Whoever was not bred will get covered and we'll have their babies next spring. So I'm very excited about that one. The kids are excited to have babies again. It just always feels good to have, I don't know, new life. So this area, hopefully you can see, and there's not too much here. I'll step here, some flare. The goats have actually been in here recently, and it is growing back. I think we will end up putting the girls back in this area before we move them up to the barn, because those are the areas we really want to work on clearing out and getting them to where it's easy to move the goats in and out to maintain it. This area here, completely covered in trees and brush you couldn't even see through. You couldn't walk through it either. So it's pretty incredible to look out, like from the house, and just see open space. And I have to let the chickens out. Hey turkeys! Hey Monty! You want to come out, buddy? So this is Monty and his girlfriend, Bindi. And Monty is short for Inigo Montoya, you know, from Princess Bride, that little dude right there. And that's Bindi. I don't know, it has something to do with some current thing, I don't know, Slenderman, or I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna grab some scratch and they'll come out. So I'm hanging out here. I'm hanging out by the chickens because we just pulled 5 roosters out of here. We're going to process them and put them in the freezer. We'll probably use them as little roasters or for dog food. I need to count our hens. I have no idea how many hens we have. I want to get to a 10, 15, size flock so that it's easy to keep them through winter. It's not overly expensive. That seems to give us plenty of eggs for the dogs, and if we need to share some, it gives us that option. I think there's more than 15 in here though. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh yeah, there's way more than 15 chickens. So what we will probably do is pull some of these guys out. Everybody's laying. We will take them to the flock swap, reduce, and then we'll just let the girls go broody next year and give us some more babies. That worked pretty well this year. They did a good job at raising them, especially the little silkies. Love to do that. Our little bantam cochin is like super mom. She wants to go broody all the time. We constantly have to kick her out of the coop, take eggs away from her, but she's really good. The only bad part was we ended up with a ton of roosters. So yeah, but being able to get free chicks from our chickens is awesome. So on the way back from the goats and the chickens, you can see that the garden has been pretty well neglected. The plan was to plant like watermelons and pumpkins on this side. We never got to it, so it kind of just sat and grew. We're going to be working this weekend to get this side caught up. I want to plant some more basil and lettuce and brassicas. I'm going to keep it real simple and maintainable for us for a fall garden. Maybe some squash, but nothing too exciting. So that needs to be worked on because it's pretty bad. We have, and you're going to have to excuse the barn. I didn't clean it up before. Raj is over there calling because he wants breakfast. I didn't clean it up, but we have the truck, has a round bale in the back. There's 2 more round bales, and the tack room is loaded with feed. We've begun sort of stocking up for winter. We have 5 bales in the barn, so 5, 6, 7, 8, part of a bale. I will be getting another 3 bales. I think that will set us up pretty well. We have to get all the way to July before we can buy more hay. That's just how it works around here. So in order not to run out, we'll be stocking up. But this is what we have stocked up so far. There's the roosters that have to get processed. This side, the messy side of the barn, is going to get cleared out. We are going to put temporary stalls in here for the girls. I will probably have 2 does that kind of are, well, 4, but they're in pairs. They're just best buds. It's Cricket and Dottie are always together, and then Hazel and Sookie. So what we'll probably end up doing is, if she did take and she's going to have babies, Hazel and Sookie will share the outside paddock. I'll just pull Hazel out when Sookie kids and then put her back in when the kids are a few days or a few weeks old so that they can be together, because when they're separate, they're just really upset. Dottie and Cricket have co-parented before. They're just going to go together, but we will be building temporary stalls, I think out of just cattle panels probably, and wood, maybe zip ties or hay baling twine will be involved. I don't know. We're just going to wing it. If it keeps them in and keeps them safe, it'll be great. We have a barn camera in here, so we can turn that on when we want to monitor them. But yeah, that's the intention for this area. Get all our hay stored. I think I only stored like 5 or 6 last year, and I am doubling that this year, so we will be ready. We're not going to run out this year. Hey, little Rosie boy. You ready for breakfast? I just following your home, huh? The tree just fell down. It fell down. What are you doing? What do you got on your face? Huh? Don't bite me. Oh, don't bite me. Oh, I just got piggy. Don't bite me. Don't bite me, good girl. Oh, Charlotte. Don't roll into the fence, honey. So, as you can see, the pigs are doing great. we are, let's see. So we have 6 pigs. The plan is to have 2 of these guys processed by a commercial processing center, butcher, whatever, and to gift some of that meat to whoever wants it, basically. We know we're not fitting 6 pigs in our freezers, and we want to share it. The other thing which I'm really excited for is that we're going to be hosting a whole hog roast. 1 or 2 of these guys, we're going to get a smoker or something. We're going to, I don't know anything about cooking pigs, remember? Pretty much vegetarian here, lifelong. I've smelled pork, but not eaten it. So that one's on Matt, how he wants to end up cooking it. But we've just invited pretty much everybody we know to come on over, share in the a fun afternoon, and enjoy some of these guys. But they will probably be gone by November and be appreciated all next year. Well, the rest of this year, next year. So they're doing great. I'm going to show you real quick what it looks like moving them around, because we just, here, let me make this lower, because that's really high. My arm isn't that strong. So this is where we just moved them from yesterday, and you can see how well they clear that and dig it and mix things in. So they've been here a day, and this is the spot they'll be moving to, probably their second to last rotation. The plan, the way I've heard it's easiest to get them loaded, is to put the trailer in the area, feed them in there for a week or 2. That way, when you want to load them up and take them, they're already in there. So that's what I'm going to try. You know, everything's new, everything's a work in progress, but that is actually where they started, and you can see how quickly it's grown back. The other thing I've noticed is that it's coming in more full than it was before, so that is excellent. And feeding them and taking care of them, basically because of David and Stacy, they've been pretty much free to raise and get fat. So we really appreciate David and Stacy. They're a wonderful couple in our community. They do a lot for a lot of people, not just us, and that's important. Oh yeah, goat shelter. And this will end up probably being one of the first projects. Little Raj needs to move out with his neighbor buddy, HB. So we need to build a better or an additional shelter for him in the other buck pen. The other thing is the girls' little outdoor barn. We either put a pallet down or cinder blocks and then plywood so they can get up off the ground. In our area, if it's not up off the ground, eventually it just gets saturated. So I'm going to get a load of sand and put it in there for a nice base, and then we're going to build little benches around, probably about 3 feet deep, so they have something they can hop up onto, but that way I'm also able to clean under it, because as we all know, anybody with goats, parasites are an issue. I need to be able to take those out, clean, replenish my footing in there, and yeah, this is kind of got to be extra careful with goats. We've had 0 parasite issues aside from one little kid who had coccidia this spring. We treated her once, and since she's been on rotation with everybody else, no more problems. So that's about where we are. Oh, I have one more update. Okay. Oh, it's okay. It's all right. All right. So this guy is totally brand new. He literally just came here yesterday. We got him from Ditch Brink. I'm going to scoot down one. That's probably better, right? We got him, you okay? Oh my goodness. From Ditch Brink Homestead Rabbitry, who's John and his wife are friends of ours. We've gotten several rabbits over them the past probably year and a half. Always super happy with the bunnies we get from them. But Dee and I are of the opinion that not everything in homesteading has to be for work or purpose. Some of it just gets to be for fun because you just really enjoy it. So that's where this little guy comes in. I've been considering doing Holland Lops for a little while. Saw him, and I mean, let me get a close-up. Hopefully it will show his eyes for you. Oh, it's okay, buddy. Oh, it's okay. It's just a camera. Can you see? He's got blue eyes. So, we got him, and he'll get settled in and get to grow up a little bit. And then we're going to get him a little girlfriend, again, from our friends at Ditch Bank. And we're going to have little baby Holland Lops probably sometime next year. And that will just be a fun addition for us. So, thank you for joining me for this update. Thank you for joining me on past and future videos. Next video, I'm going to explain, spoiler alert, that I'm changing the channel name. And that has to do with a lot of reasons. But I think it'll make sense once I explain. So you'll take care, be safe, and I will see you on the next one. The turkeys and one of the silkies are stalking me. What are you guys doing? Huh? Do you think I have snacks? Hey, big girl. I was talking to that one. Not that one. That's the boy. Hey, oh, Easter looking good this morning. And his little buddy over there that ended up being a rooster. If anybody wants a silky rooster, he's very sweet. Hey, big guy.